So I sprained my ankle 3 days ago, and like anybody who has recently sprained their ankle, I immediately went on Amazon to find some ankle braces. Now, if you are suffering with an ankle sprain and have been looking on Amazon, you may notice that most of the ankle braces come in like a sleeve type of thing where you have that compression, but you have to guide your foot into it. And if you've ever had an ankle sprain before, you know that trying to get into one of those braces is not comfortable because your foot does not want to move that way. So today I'm going to show you my recent Amazon purchase, and I'm going to show you how to put it on without increasing your ankle pain. I'm Dr. Amy, PhD trained orthopedic manual physical therapist, and I am empowering women with changing bodies to move pain-free. And that includes after an ankle sprain. Now, I am going to do an entire video of what I did for rehab when I'm actually done to lay it all out and give people that timeline. However, for today, I really wanted to talk specifically about this ankle brace, and then I actually wanted to show you how to put it on while my ankle hurts. Because the thing is, the easy way to put it on would hurt your ankle a lot, and I don't want to minimize the impact of a pain of a lateral ankle sprain when trying to get these braces on. So like I said, I am 3 days out, and I'm going to show you how to do it today. First thing, why did I buy this particular brace in the first place? There's a couple things that I was looking for. One, I wanted to be able to really open it up so I didn't have to slide my foot in too much. I didn't have to move my foot, really, is what I was looking for. Two, I was looking for that lateral outside ankle support. It also has one on the inside or medial ankle support, which is great because when you're suffering with an ankle sprain, most commonly either you've rolled it out, you may have rolled it in. So having that medial and lateral, that inside and outside support is really critical in helping your recovery. And finding those things is actually really difficult. This is probably the only brace I found that wasn't an air cast type of brace, which an air cast is fantastic. It's definitely going to be that medial and lateral support, and it's really going to help. If you happen to have one at home, I would highly, highly recommend. Also, if you feel like I cannot put any weight on my ankle because it's so painful, you probably do need something more supportive like an air cast. Although I do limp around, and I have been for the past couple of days. So I wanted to find something that had that medial and lateral support. I was hoping to find something that I could actually put into my shoes, but what I found after getting this brace is actually using it with my UFOs because they have on them. Makes it way easier because my foot kind of changes shape when I'm wearing the brace. We'll put a link for those down below too. Now, I've only been wearing this brace for a couple hours, and already it has been super helpful because what I've been able to do is actually take more of a normal step. So I feel I have the support on the inside and outside, so I'm actually able to move through that normal gait pattern. You see, the thing is movement is life, and you need to get moving just as quickly as it's safe to do, because your body can't heal if it's not moving correctly. So this brace is helping to give me that support so I can walk with a more normal gait pattern, which is going to help speed my healing. Now, along those lines, if you've recently suffered with an ankle sprain within the past couple of days, you know that it gets really swollen and it gets really angry, and it is really difficult to walk correctly. I get it. Trust me, I have been there. If you have an assisted device at home, so maybe you have crutches, maybe you have a cane, maybe you have access to a walker, I would definitely recommend using those for the first couple of days. Unloading that joint as much as possible in order to improve normal motion is going to be critical, and it will help to speed that healing process. I didn't have any of those at home, so I've just been kind of limping around and doing the best I can. And that's where this brace comes in, giving me that support so I have that more normal gait pattern. I would definitely get this brace. Double thumbs up if you are suffering with an ankle sprain. However, putting it on is a bit of a different matter. Now, it does come with instructions, but the challenge is actually the very first step because you have to slide your foot into the brace in the first place. Now, here's the thing. When it comes, it's all, you know, bound up, and I could not figure out. So there's these laces here. So they have a tab, but it's really firmly attached. It took me a little bit to figure out how to undo it. That may just be a me problem, but in case you've ordered the brace, just know that that could happen. So what you want to do is you want to undo all the Velcro. So it should be very loose and flimsy when you try to put it on. Now what you're going to do is you are going to have to slide your foot in here. So you want to make as much room through here as you can. And you can't turn your foot to the side, because if you do, it's probably going to hurt more. All right. So you're going to lean back. You're going to bring that foot up towards you. And then you're going to slide your foot in. Now, I'm not trying to move my foot at all. I'm trying to move the brace around my foot. And you got to do a little bit of a wiggle and a little bit of a pull. But overall, that was pretty easy to get on. Now, you want to hold it in place while you put your foot down on the floor. All right. I promise you that was the worst part. There's one other part coming that's going to be a little bit challenging, but that was definitely the worst part. So if you made it through, you're doing great. Now, you want to start at the bottom and grab this tab over here. And you want to make it really tight. Make sure that there's no creases in there or anything like that. That would cause a lot of pain. And tight is a relative term, right? That's all to your tolerance, just so you feel supported. Then you're going to grab the top ones and do the same thing. Now for me, this gets a little gappy right in here. I don't know if you can see it, but I kind of pull it up to make sure that that gap doesn't stick. Oh, got to get the pants out. Okay, now let's see. Already that feels a lot more supported just with that. Yep, I think the top's good right there. Now this one is a little bit tricky. You have these two straps that cross over like so. And then they're going to come around the bottom of the foot and come up the side here. So what you kind of want to do, and make sure I'm not sticking to the carpet here, is just put them in place initially. This part's a little bit tricky too, right? Because you can't put your foot on the other one. That hurts. So just kind of put them in relatively good position. Then you can bring your foot back down. Now you can get some leverage. So you're going to pull these off, the Velcro. You're going to tighten it. So you're going to pull them apart like this. That tightens it. And then you're going to reattach them here and here. And again, you can kind of check. Yep, that feels pretty good support there. And so then this one on top is just kind of tuck everything in. And that one you can just do as tight as you feel comfortable. Not only does it provide good support, but the nice thing is it's going to keep the swelling from going into my foot. Now, I'm a physical therapist. I am on my feet usually about 10 hours a day. So I do get swelling. And yes, in a perfect world, I would be able to elevate my foot every 2 hours and ice it for 5 minutes while doing some ankle pumps, which is what I do every morning and every night. However, it's just not realistic for me to do it during the day. So this will help to decrease the amount of swelling and therefore improve my healing capabilities. Ah, yes. Do you want to see how I put the UFOs on? So I simply undo those. This one's really easy. I really like this one. And put my foot in there. And just make sure to tighten it wherever feels comfortable for that brace. All right, I hope that that was helpful. If you are looking for a brace for a lateral ankle sprain, I highly recommend this ankle brace. It's been very helpful to me already, and I'm looking forward to using it this weekend. I'm actually going to be traveling, and I feel way more comfortable managing the airports and the luggage and all the things that I'm going to need to manage, having this ankle brace and supporting me.